So being the owner-operator of a cabinet shop here in Southern California, when I was introduced to the van life things seemed like a fun hobby, and I was able to incorporate all the details I do in my normal high-end kitchen custom cabinetry build. Really didn't want to cut any corners, and I think that might show as you watch the video. Hi guys, my name is Shane. We're standing outside of my 2021 Ram Promaster 3500. Can't wait to show you. Let's take a look inside. Alright guys, as you walk through the slider door here, you got your cooking galley here, your sink. We have a true induction cooktop. It's inlaid into a walnut butcher block here. Plenty of electric to run this. You have 340 amp hours of battery there, 600 watts of solar on the roof. And you come over here to the sink, get a nice pull out, nice convenient, nice deep stainless sink. Your cabinets are all solid maple with MDF panels, really durable. Your drawers are all on Bloom soft close hardware. Baltic birch dovetail drawers here, soft close as well. You have the final push there that locks it in so that they don't come out when you're driving. Same with the doors, you got nice soft close, final push to lock them in. So we left this cabinet nice and open. Gives you the ability to put a microwave in there, any type of shelving, maybe baskets. We could always add pull-outs as part of the build. So that's really an empty slate. Come to this cabinet. We have a 4-gallon Bosch hot water heater. It's on a timer switch, so you don't have to worry about accidentally leaving it on, going to bed and draining your battery overnight. It's all pre-finished maple ply in there. Nice and durable. So you have your 120 outlet over here on a nice porcelain solid one-piece backsplash. Got your under cabinet lighting, follows all the way along to the bed line. You open up your overhead cabinets, they are on gas shocks. If you take a look, almost all the cabinets are different inside because I took the time to contour the van. We maximized all the space, even going up. You'll see it's angled here, whereas most of the vans, they'll just put in a square box and they gotta stop right there. So you get a lot more storage space, and that gas shock helps hold the door open. It also helps just hold it shut and soft close. And those run all the way down the line. All right, and going up to the ceiling, we have what I felt was gonna be a statement piece, and I spent way too much time on it, but this is actually, each one of these is a one-piece tongue and groove that I designed and manufactured myself out of my shop, so that the groove is actually a little bit radius, helps you come across the radius of the ceiling, and also if it needs to come down, you can see there's some screws here, some screws there. If you need, God forbid, need to get in there or run some wiring or something to do some type of other system, add AC or something like that, it could come down in that case. Wouldn't want to do it, but it can. We got max air up front and in the back. Those have the ability to both draw and push air, so you can literally put one on draw air, one push air, and get a nice flow of air coming through. Those are the max air 7500s, the top-notch ones. They have remotes as well.
I'm Nate Murphy, author of the Van Conversion Guide, and I just want to let you know that I'm running a free online training which will teach you how to make van life free or profitable. I will show you how to choose a van and build it out and avoid the one big mistake that most people make. I will show you how I made van life completely free and a bunch of other stuff that people don't really talk about. If you'd like to join, click the link here or in the description, and I'll see you there.
So we have our isotherm fridge here. Got a little freezer, stainless steel, isotherm, top of the line there. We got, again, drawers, dovetail. All right, so over here we have our dinette where you can nicely sit with your partner there, eat your dinner, and then should you be prepping food, you need a little bit more cabinet space. So dropping the cushion here, you're able to loosen up these locks on the Lagoon table mount. It slides over. You have yourself a nice level counter, and it slides back over. Move these two cushions, and now you have access to a toilet. Your toilet's in there. What it is just a bag / cartridge toilet, so you'll use it, bag it up, take it out, cartridge, whatever, however you choose to do it. So right here we have the controls for your Webasto heater. That is actually hooked up to the gas tank. It draws a minimum amount of fuel. You can keep that running all night, keep this heated. You got your voltage for your battery here. and then all your light switches all over here as well. And what I have is I have them really divided so that you can light up just where you need. And we have CRL windows here that open up, give you a nice breeze. As you see, everything is trimmed in with matching walnut to match countertops, the ceiling. So in this cabinet right here, this back panel comes off, and there's actually a chase for your wires here. So should you want to add a system or tie into any of these systems, you take this off. All your wiring is labeled so that you know exactly what you're getting into. Access easy, and same with over in here. That's actually the controller for your inverter. All right, and here at our dinette, you got a nice view out your window, nice lights overhead. You got 12-volt charging along with 120 power underneath there. And these cabinets, as you can see, they were pushed in and also taken up in elevation to make it nice and comfortable. I'm just under 6 foot and can fit nicely in here. All right, back here we have our east to west bed, storage above the foot here. And over here, we opted not to go with cabinets, so you had ample amount of headroom. It does look like cabinets though, but that's just kind of the headboard to match. You got your 12-volt charger in each one of these lights that moves around. At that back corner, you also have a 12-volt outlet and a little shelf where you can put whatever you'd like there. Fan up ahead, it's nice at night, keep the breeze coming. This bed being at the elevation it is, gives you a really nice big garage, which I'm about to show you. And back here we have our giant garage. You can see it is massive, and I actually dictated the height off of being able to store a mountain bike, so you'd have to take that front wheel off, but your average mountain bike fit nicely back here. You're able to add any type of pull-out racks for your bikes, etc., etc. Kind of left it as a blank slate. It's nice. We have some lights underneath here, and then this light actually goes to the water tank here, so if you're in the dark, you want to see how much water you have, you can turn that on as well. 2 strips of lights here. I don't know if you can see, but instead of doing 2x4s like most people do, this is actually aluminum here. And then your bed platform is Baltic birch with your ventilation, as most people know you need for your mattress. Over here is the main shutoff for your power systems. All custom bus bars, minimizing the amount of wires. This comes off right here via screws in here, and that gives you access to your tail lights. Same with in here inside this cabinet. Access to your taillights, important things as your mechanics will tell you. You have 120 here. This is your fuse and breaker box here. And in here you have access to your inverter. Again, custom bus bars, minimizing the amount of wire, nice ventilation. You have your DC charger, isolated DC charger, and your solar charger over there. As you see, all your corners are nicely protected with angle iron, so you're shoveling stuff in and out of here, it's not going to hurt it. Same with even this, and it's cut to the exact height of here. The platform of the entire bed is 3/4 inch Baltic birch with 3/4 inch, what you'd call, I guess, battens. So there's several of those battens running that way, and then it's polyiso up in there. What's nice about that, rather than setting the polyiso directly on the floor, is, God forbid you leave a window open, you have a water leak or something, water gets underneath there, you still have the grooves in the floor of the van so that the water can exit out. You get air underneath there. Your polyiso is not acting like a wet sponge sitting on that. So it's actually held up a little bit. Nice feature that I thought through. All right, so we have some more storage back here. Again, access to all your lights, everything you want to access. Your shower head here. It's a quick disconnect right here. You got a nice shower valve. They call it the yacht shower valve, just like you'd use in your house, but it's a little bit smaller. And then that is your fill for your 20-gallon tank, which sits in here on top of the wheel well. You have a nice view sight, tells you how much water you have, and like I said, there's a light switch. If you're in the dark, you can turn that light switch on, see what you got from there. I can't tell you how many hours I spent in the middle of this thing on a picnic chair just thinking of how I'm gonna do something. All right, so and again, trying to maximize all space, you'll see your water closet is of minimal amount of space. That's where your pump is, your valve to drain this guy, all your fittings This is the top of the tank here. As you can see, the fill is higher, so you don't have to worry about water splashing all the way back, going back out that sucker. Everything's nice and clean. Again, on soft close door. I thank you all for tuning in, watching this video, and this van is for sale, so if it's something you're interested in, we'd love to hear from you. The links will all be at the bottom of the post in here. And again, thank you for your time and hope to hear from you soon.